Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, and welcome. What is going on? I hope you're all ready for a day of gaming fun. Excuse me. I hope you're ready to unplug from the stresses of the real world and have a good time here on stream with me today as we play a good variety of games, as always. Today is Sunday, the 15th of August, 2021, and I am Phil. Phil I am, and I'm here to bring you fun and gaming goodness today. So I hope you guys are in the mood. Jasper is here with me this morning, sitting on the floor. I think he's trying to get comfortable. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. Does he want to lay down? Does he want to curl up? Does he want to feel like cleaning? He's one of those indecisive moods. But he's very excited because today is going to be the conclusion of the medium, at least we think. From what I'm to understand, the game is not super long. And at this point, I believe I've played it. I'm trying to think. Haven't I played it 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7 hours, something like that? Because I think I did 2 hour-long sessions during those times when we were doing exploratory stuff on the Xbox Series X. And then I did one night stream that was 2 hours and one daytime stream that was 3 hours. So I think at this point we're like around, I want to argue around 7, 8 hours into it. Yeah, I am. I just checked. And I'm about 7 hours into it. So, Jasper, what do you think you're doing? Hey, don't even start with that baloney. You hear me? Don't even start. Okay? He's starting with the wires. So that being said, there's a strong chance we'll finish it today. And you may be like, what? Like, but you just started it. Like 7 hours in? Yeah, according to most people, the game is very short. And that is actually one of the strongest criticisms that the medium had back when it was released in January, was that the game is just too darn short. You're getting into it, you're liking the story, the elements of the puzzles are getting interesting, and then it just ends. Okay? Now, I've been taking my time with it. So, people argue when you take your time with it, you're looking for every collectible, it takes about 10 hours. So that's why I'm thinking today we're going to finish it, since I'm about 7 hours in. And actually, last time that I played it, people were like, yeah, basically Phil's heading into the ending sequence now. So basically another 2 to 3 hours and he's done. So, yeah. So today it looks like we will finish it. And it's interesting because the thing is, I'm playing the game and enjoying it as a Game Pass game, right? I didn't pay any money for this game. I'm playing it as part of my Game Pass subscription. And I'm very much enjoying it, okay? But the very interesting part about this is, this game is coming out on PlayStation 5 next month. And it's not going to be under any subscription-based service. It's actually going to be a full-price game. I believe they're selling it for $50. I don't think they're going to sell it for like $70. But I think they're selling it for like $50. And it'll be very interesting to see how the game reviews and or how people react to the game that has that kind of a price tag on the PS5. You cannot get it as a subscription-based service because admittedly, this kind of game is not bad if you're not paying tons of money for it. Like, I'm really liking it. And I'm not going to say, oh, this game is overpriced. I mean, I got it under a subscription service. $15 a month. I'm beating it in one go here. Essentially in 1 week, I'm wrapping up the whole game. So, for me, it's like, it's good. I like it. But other people might be like, well, I paid $50 for it and it sucks. And they have every right to say that, by the way. That's a valid criticism. So, I've been talking about this recently, and I think it's important to bring up this subject again since it is going to be something that's going to influence the streams moving forward. How a subscription-based service like Game Pass is changing the face of gaming. You're going to have games that are going to not have a robust amount of content, but maybe could be short and sweet games that are very good games because you didn't have to buy them. You see? The value is there when you're getting it under a subscription-based service. I would even go as far as to argue that a game like The Medium is a Game Pass success, but not a success as a game outside of it. You know what I mean? Like, this game works under a subscription model, but not under a purchase model. And how many more games like this will be happening in the future? Will we be seeing games that are, indie darlings, right? This game is 10 hours long, incredibly awesome 10 hours, but no one's going to buy that for $50. You see? It's kind of like having, you know what it's like? It's like Netflix back in the day. When you really think about it, Netflix used to be that service where you don't have to go to the video store to pick up a DVD. They just mail you a bunch of stuff unlimited. You watch it, mail it back. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it is. You don't want to go buy those movies. You're just going to watch them once or twice, and you're going to send them back. And that's kind of what Game Pass is. Get the game, play it, enjoy it. That's it. You're done. Why would you buy it, right? Because really, when you think about it, the only difference between a game under Game Pass and a game that you purchase outright is the length of time you have access to that game license. You don't have unlimited access to the game license forever. You know, let's say, for example, in a year's time, the medium is removed from Microsoft Game Pass. You can't play it anymore. You see? So it's kind of like limited time, play the game while it's here under Game Pass, enjoy it, and then move on to the next new thing. You can't play it unlimited. And I could definitely see that there are some downsides to that. For example, there's been some games over the years that I have played digitally. And then years later, I wished to replay that game. And because I had bought it digitally, I just re-downloaded it easily. One perfect example of that is Bloodborne. I had the game digitally, and then I went back again years later to play that DLC and was able to finish it up digitally without having to rebuy the game physically. Hell, all these Mass Effect DLCs, the Fallout New Vegas DLCs, right? These are DLCs I bought a decade ago, and they're still available to re-download and play because I bought them digitally. So having that infinite access to that content is actually a pretty good thing in the long term for certain games. So there's definitely a trade-off, and I guess the future will determine whether Game Pass is really something for longevity, or it's more like you're a spur-of-the-moment gamer. You don't necessarily commit to wanting to play a game a million years. You just want to play it in the now. New release, play it quick, beat it within a few weeks. All right, now, who cares if they remove it from Game Pass, right? No pressure for them to have to keep it because you already beat it. That's kind of like how I'm seeing it. I think that it's going to have to be, a game comes on Game Pass, beat it within 2-3 months. You have to, because there's a risk that it could be removed. And then you'll never have access to it again unless you buy it, right? Shout out to Crisis Mod, who not only just became a member to the channel, which I really appreciate the channel support, just did something really nice in the chat. He said, I want to say I've been watching you since you uploaded the original Left 4 Dead 2. I'm super grateful for you helping me through so much. You're welcome, man. And let me tell you, I was never, when I started, 13 years ago, that wasn't my intention. I was just dicking around. I was just a normal guy on the internet, digging around, having fun with games, uploading content every day, and just having a good time with a hobby. And then to see that 13 years later, this is my job, and I get to enjoy this, and being told that over the last decade I've had a positive impact on so many people's lives has really meant a lot to me. So thank you for the ongoing support, and thank you for that very positive message. Pretty nice. All right. So, so Game Pass, man. If the medium is not a good example of how a game could be successful under Game Pass, but maybe won't be successful under another means, I don't think there's even another better example right now. Because this game is fun to play under Game Pass. I don't have to worry about, I dropped $50. Am I getting bang for my buck? Because I didn't drop any extra money for this game. I'm playing it. I'm enjoying the graphics. I'm enjoying the story. The gameplay elements are fun. Like I said, the one shortcoming of this game so far for me, okay, is basically that there's no combat. I like, survival horror games that have some combat to them are usually a little bit better than games that's just a little bit of puzzles and evasion, which is exactly what this game is. It's puzzles and evasion. And I'm not saying that the puzzles and evasion is bad. I'm just saying I prefer a game that maybe has a little bit more combat or a little bit more complexity to the gameplay engine. I'm not going to lie, Resident Evil Village, to me, so far, still best game of the year. While the medium is good, but it's not blowing me away because the gameplay isn't exactly robust. People love it when I say robust, so it's not robust. There you go. So, yeah, I really like the game, but here's the thing. If I bought the game outright, I'd probably be pissed. I'd be like, man, I spent $50 on this game and it's going to end today, right? So you see how different this is? Game Pass is changing the face of gaming in a lot of ways, and I'm very curious to see how this will impact things moving forward, okay? So, today, it is the probable conclusion, if the game really is only 8 to 10 hours long, I can't imagine us not beating the medium today, okay? So, yes, the medium today, and probably the conclusion of the game right here live on stream. If we happen to beat it within like 2 hours, then I would be okay with just chilling with you guys for a little bit. Or if you guys wanted to just, you know, maybe jump into anything else quickly, like something that's maybe not an ongoing narrative playthrough, but, you know, switch up for something real fast, we could do that too. But we'll see it, because I really don't know how long it's going to take me to beat it. We'll find out, okay? Now, later tonight, on the late stream, it is my weekly chill session of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I really enjoyed playing this game over the last few weeks, and quite frankly now, playing it once a week as a chill late night stream, I feel it's perfect. It gives us an opportunity to kind of relax and just kind of tour the world. There's no pressure for advancement, and the locations we've been checking out are pretty cool. Last week, Mount Rushmore, flew into it by accident. That was funny stuff, man. That was entertaining. So this week, we're actually going to start off tonight's late stream with Africa. We're actually going to go to the capital of, I forgot exactly the name of the city. I have to look it up because it was documented, you know, in the video last week. I'll have to look that up. But we're going to, like, a capital city in Africa. And then after that, what I'd like to do is maybe fly into, like, the Serengeti and see what it looks like. Just taking a look at the natural landscape. And also, some people have argued that there's animals in the game. I don't necessarily know if that's true or not, but maybe it is. We should give it a look and see tonight. And then from there, hey, whatever. Remember, the top contributor, each Flight Sim stream gets to pick where we go next week. So, it'll be pretty fun tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm going to return to Hades, which I played for the first time 2 days ago, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I actually had a great time with it. I didn't know how I was going to react to it or if I was going to like it. But essentially, what I did, you know, playing Returnal earlier this year and all the gripes I had with Returnal, Hades doesn't have any of those annoying things in it. Like, Hades has more variety of gameplay than Returnal does. Hades has saving. Hades has a better story and has advancement every single time you play. You're keeping something, whether it's currency, whether it's an upgrade, whether it's just advancement of the plot. You get something every time you play and die. It's not like you feel like you wasted any of your time. So, pretty fun because unlike Returnal, it respects your time. Every time you play the game, you can make advancement rather than just spinning your wheels. You know, remember when playing Returnal, there were sometimes I played an entire stream and made zero progress and absolutely nothing saved. So I'm pleased about this. All right, I like Hades. So more tomorrow. Then Monday night, it's going to be more Last Stop, the narrative-based game from Annapurna, which is very interesting. Some of the most quirky, ridiculous writing I've ever seen, but it's incredibly interesting. So I can't wait for the continuation of that Monday night. That's the end of my streaming week. I'm off from streaming on Tuesday. I got a very busy Tuesday this week. I've got multiple appointments. I got to run all around. I'll be driving all day. But hopefully it's a good day off regardless of my wife. The weather here will be much cooler. So hopefully it'll be a fun day in that regard. I won't be sweating it out like the last few days off I had. When I return on Wednesday, just listen, guys. Listen to this week we've got ahead. This is an outstanding week coming up. Okay? Such a great combination and variety of things that I'm going to be doing this week. So, on Wednesday, August 18th, I'm going to be doing more Fallout New Vegas. Now, for those of you who have been following the playthrough and attended yesterday's marathon stream, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, we got really far. Essentially, I did a lot of side content that I wanted to do before the end of the game, including there were 2 optional vaults that I hadn't been to. And then there was a death cave full of death claws, and I think the only legendary death claw in the game. And I killed them all. It was very, very challenging, but I did it. It was fun, too. And I got a really awesome weapon as a reward that it looks like I might be using for the rest of the playthrough. Pretty sweet. Okay? So I'm going to continue on tomorrow. We're doing now follower quests, and we've completed both Boons and Raoul's, which means we have Arcade Gannon and Lily left. And once we do those follower quests, we pretty much are at the end game of the game, meaning killing off the Brotherhood and doing the other things for Mr. House, and then the final DLC, Lonesome Road. So we are finally approaching the conclusion of the game. So I would argue next couple of weeks we're going to beat it, okay? So tomorrow, Wednesday, we will continue on with the follower questing, see how far we get, and go from there, okay? Wednesday night is either going to be some Halo Master Chief Collection multiplayer or PUBG. Whatever you guys want. I might put it to a poll on the earlier stream. I'm feeling some multiplayer stuff. We didn't get to do it Monday night because we're going to be doing Last Stop. So we'll do it Wednesday night, okay? On Thursday, it is a big premiere. The game 12 Minutes, which we've been waiting to come out for multiple years, is finally coming out. Really awesome voice acting cast, really unique premise for a game. I'm very excited to see how this game turns out, so I hope you'll tune in for that on Thursday. Then Thursday night, likely the conclusion of Last Stop, because I think that that's going to be the end of it. You know, the people are saying that the game is essentially around, if you do everything and you take your time like I'm doing, it's probably around 9 hours long. So I think we're going to beat it on Thursday night. And then on Friday, another big new release, the Ghost of Tsushima DLC, the Island of Ikishima. We're going to start that up on the PlayStation 5 on Friday. Now, I may need some help from you guys. I think I'm going to need to try to figure out how can I get this going. If this is a standalone DLC, then I don't need to do anything, right? But if it's not, and if I need my game save from PS4, I don't exactly know how you're supposed to do that. Like, I could easily make sure that that game save is in the cloud, which I think it is, and download it from the cloud, but that's a PS4 game save. So I don't know if Ghost of Tsushima on PS5 will allow you to download your game save from PS4 to PS5. Does that make sense? Because it's a PS5 version of the game. I might need some help trying to figure this out later in the week, and if you guys figure it out, please, by all means, if you have any explanation or step-by-step instructions, please send them my way. I'd like to get that set up for Friday and not have to fumble around on the stream trying to get it to work. Okay? So that's Friday's main gameplay stream. Very excited because you guys know Ghost of Tsushima was one of my favorite games of last year. It was my number 2 in my Game of the Year countdown. And I really enjoy exploring and doing all the side content and everything. It's going to be a great playthrough, I'm sure. Okay? Then on Friday night, it is my weekly Throwback Street Fighter session. Then over the course of this weekend, we're going to be continuing on with games like 12 Minutes and the Ghost of Tsushima expansion, and the night streams will see the continuation of Hades as well as my weekly Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, good stuff coming up. You know, good variety of stuff, multiple new releases, continuation of playthroughs, conclusion of 2 playthroughs this week. It's great progress and Game Pass fun, right? Again, another week where almost everything is on Game Pass. This week I will be doing Ghost of Tsushima on PS5, so I'll get a little bit more use out of my PS5 this week, right? Should be pretty neat. I did not miss a super chat. I'm going to shout out the super chats later. Eternal Napalm asks, who was my favorite side character or side quest story arc in Ghost of Tsushima? Oh, man. They were all good. All 3 of those main side characters were good. The monk, you know, the old woman warrior, and the guy who was kind of like your sensei. They were all, the archer guy. They were all good stories. I can't pick one because all 3 were unique and interesting. I certainly never expected the monk was going to become bloodthirsty and start slaughtering people. At the same time, I didn't think you'd have a duel against the woman. You see what I mean? Like, it was all very unique. I liked that. So, alright. So anyway, that is the schedule for the week, and I hope that sounds good to all of you. Okay? Very good. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk a little bit about yesterday. Yesterday was my Fallout New Vegas fundraising marathon. It went well. I want to say thank you to everyone who attended. Thank you to everyone who chilled and contributed. Thank you just in general for the positivity and fun that we had yesterday. Although we obviously had trolls coming and trying to derail it, which we knew would happen. It was still a really great time. And the support that you guys gave me during that stream is going to help me out. In the next week, I now, at the very least, I can afford my utilities. So, you know, that's going to be fine. And I did raise some that I'll be able to put towards things like the mortgage. And something else that I didn't expect, there was quite a lot of super chats and memberships that added up. And I was looking at it, I was like, wow, that's like about double what I would essentially make in a normal day for both super chats and memberships. And that's going to help me next month. Because remember, the way it works here is when you join as a member or you do a super chat, that goes through YouTube, and YouTube takes about a month to process. And so all that I will get paid for basically near the end of September. And that will help me out, obviously, in September. So to anyone who is contributing during the course of the stream yesterday in any way, I want to say thank you. Now, of course, as you guys know, if you were here, we did not hit the funding goal that I was going for with tips. And of course, immediately, simpletons on the internet twist that into, you see, Phil is a stupid liar, and he's a scammer, and he never needed that money, and yada, yada, yada. People are very dumb. Because, again, as I've told you guys many times, as you get older, and you mature, you realize that the world is not black and white. It's not make or break. It's not do or die. It's not good and evil, right? In reality, life is many shades of gray, and life has a lot of compromise and a lot of things in between, okay? So, would it have been amazing if we hit the funding goal that I needed for the tips yesterday? Yes, because if we had hit that goal, I would have been able to pay my mortgage today. I would have been able to pay my utilities over the course of the next week, and I wouldn't have had to worry about raising any additional funds for any of that stuff. I would have had all the money for it and been good to go, okay? That didn't happen, all right? So in reality, what's going to happen? Well, I can't pay my mortgage right now, and there's nothing I can do about that. I don't have the money for it. Even including every dollar that I raised yesterday and over the course of the last week or two, what I have in the bank, it's still not enough to make my mortgage payment, okay? Even if it was, if I paid it, I'd have $0 for the next week. So how do I pay my utilities? How do I go grocery shopping on Tuesday, right? You see what I'm saying? So, in reality, you know, this is not good. I mean, just being honest here. But you don't hear me panicking. You don't hear me freaking out on stream, crying and ripping my hair out of my head and going nuts. Because I'm a mature adult. I'm not stupid, I'm not immature, and I'm not dumb. I know this is not the end of the world. Does it suck? Yeah, it does. I don't want to have to face late fees. I don't want to have my mortgage company calling me and emailing me saying, where's the money? Why didn't you pay on time? Yada, yada, yada. No one wants that, right? Obviously, you have a financial obligation. You want to be paying it on time. That's the whole point of me, what I was trying to raise yesterday, was to be able to do everything on time. And what's hilarious is there were people during that marathon who were saying, well, then you didn't really need the money. Like, well, what are you talking about? Of course I did. In life, when you see something coming up that could be a negative, you try to prevent it from happening. You don't wait for it to happen and then try to fix it after the fact. You try to prevent that bad thing from happening, you see? So, if I had raised the funding goal yesterday, I would have prevented the late payment from happening. I wouldn't have had any fees. I probably wouldn't be harassed by the company. I would have been all right. It didn't happen. So now I face that, right? But it is what it is. That's life. This is not the end of the world. This is not, oh, I didn't pay my mortgage for 6 months, and now I got a bank knocking on my door saying that they want to kick me out of my house. It's very different. It's very different than that, okay? And as I've told you guys many times, I feel confident about the future. Even though right now things aren't as good as they were before on Twitch. The last 3 months that I've been streaming full-time on YouTube, I'm definitely not making nearly as much as I was making as a full-time Twitch streamer, okay? But that being said, I have positive feelings about the future. I do. I feel that moving forward, especially just in particular, with the games coming up in the next couple of weeks, with the games coming up in the next couple of months, we're going to have people who are going to be coming out in droves to the streams to check out these new releases. It always happens. Every time there's a major new release, we get more people coming to watch, we get more people coming to become members and contributing, and etc. It's just a natural thing. We're not into that busy gaming season yet. We're almost there. We're basically right at the door. We just got to wait for the door to open, okay? Once September, October hits, and there's so many new releases that I'm covering, you're going to see people come to the streams and hang out and contribute, and it's going to be a good time, okay? So there you go. It's going to be a good time. And I'm excited for the future. I really am. I'm absolutely excited for the future. And I feel that things will get better. All right? And I do feel that it's not going to be like this every month moving forward. Okay? Sucks that the last 2 months were like this, admittedly. I don't like having to do this. But it absolutely was like this the past couple of months. And I'm trying to play catch up. Catch back up to where I was on Twitch. Because Twitch doesn't care about the people who make content for them. They give you a boot to your ass without any justification. They feel like they don't have any legal ramifications either, even though they do. If they were sued, they would be shit out of luck because you can't do what they did to me. It's actually illegal. In the state of California, you can't just terminate someone's contract without providing evidence of a violation of a terms of service, which they did not. So, if I really wanted to take them to task, I could. I'm not going to. Publicly, I'll state that. I'm not going to. I don't have the time. I don't have the means. And I don't really feel like I have much to gain. Like I said, there was a guy who was wrongfully terminated from them years ago. Took him 5-6 years to sue them. And he got $30,000 out of it. After 6 years of legal fees, he made $0. So there's no point in doing it. They're in the wrong. They fucked me over. They screwed my life over for the past few months. I could either sit here and cry about it, or I can move forward positively, which is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just cry over it constantly and be very upset. No, of course not. I'm going to continue to put out positive streams. I'm going to continue to move forward positively with all of you and have a good time on stream every day and feel that I will get back to where I was eventually, regardless of the fact that YouTube does not have the audience that Twitch has for streams. I feel that I will eventually get back to where I was. It may be an uphill climb, but I'm going to do it one way or another, okay? And again, I want to say to you guys, thank you so much for supporting me as much as you have. Yesterday, even though we didn't hit the goal, the amount of support that came out was still outstanding. I'm very pleased with how that went. You guys are helping me more than you know. I really appreciate that, okay? Don't feel defeated because yesterday we didn't hit a goal. Don't feel defeated because now I can't pay everything I needed to pay this week. That's not how it works. Truth of the matter is, you guys know I get paid by YouTube in a week, right? And when that money comes in, I'll immediately pay the mortgage. We'll be back. We'll be fine. We'll be square. There's nothing you can do about that. If this becomes an ongoing problem, like if this becomes a chronic problem where every month it's the same situation, I will likely try to reach out to the mortgage company and say, hey, I need your help. At this point, I'm getting paid later in the month than I used to, and I'm making less. Can we move the mortgage payment to be due later in the month? Because now this is an ongoing thing. It's not just a one-time thing. This looks like it's going to happen every month, and I don't want to have this happen every month, okay? So I could work with them, and I would hope they'd be willing to work with me. It's different with every single company, so you never know what's going to happen. But, you know, we got to see what happens, okay? We got to see what happens, and we got to move forward positively, all right? So, the marathon yesterday was great. By the way, if you did not see the episode of DSP Tries It, it was Five Guys restaurants, and it was pretty unique because we did a Battle Royale style vote-off to determine what I would be doing. And we had things such as Burger King versus Chick-fil-A, Jersey Mike's versus Potbelly, and Alberto's Jr. Mexican food versus Five Guys, and then there was a final vote. It was pretty interesting the way that I did that, and people really seemed to like it. People definitely seemed to like it. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we will do that every time we do DSP Tries It. We'll do like a vote off or something. But anyway, the episode was great. It was very entertaining. I hope you'll check it out over on the King of Hate vlogs. Okay? And by the way, every single person derailing the chat right now is going to get banned, and I mean it. Here I am. I was like, okay, I said my piece about yesterday. Let's talk about other stuff. Everyone in the chat now, finances, finances, finances. No, it's going to be ban, 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 so I don't have to put up with your bullshit today. All right? I'm just going to tell you right now. We've already moved on. I had said my piece. We're done. I'm not going to derail my fucking stream with this nonsense all day like these idiots tried to do yesterday during the marathon. So enjoy your ban, ban, ban. You're going to get it. Go ahead. Roll with the memes because I don't give a fuck. I really don't. We're going to have a good time on stream today. I'm not putting up with your horse shit. So, yeah. I think it's time to get your shit out of your system now and shut up about it. Okay. So, yes, DSP Tries It is live on the King of Hate vlogs. If anything, my only regret is now because I'm getting delivery for these things. You know, usually when I do these marathons with these special episodes of like Feasting with the King or DSP Tries It, I get delivery because my wife's at work. I can't drive to get the food, right? The food ends up being soggy. Like, don't get me wrong. I almost said Jersey Mike's. Don't get me wrong. Five Guys is really good and it tasted amazing, but the burger was soggy as shit because it was all condensation within the foil from being driven across, you know, 2 towns to get home here. Eating the burger fresh versus eating it delivery is very different, and it sucks. I know that burger is outstanding, and it just wasn't as good as usual because it was delivered, and that's disappointing. But it is what it is. All right, it was still a good episode. I hope you'll go check it out. Now, some people already have asked when's the next episode. Well, here's what we're doing. All right, I do those food episodes during special events. All right, the next potential special event is going to happen if and when we hit our membership goal for this month. Now, we are currently halfway through August, and we are at 233 members. We were up all the way to 241, but somehow we dipped down, and I don't know. I guess it's a little confusing to me. Please bear with me, but the way that people explain this to me is that when you sign up as a member on YouTube, it's an automatic renewal. Automatically, it renews every month, right? So unless you join as a member and then you cancel your subscription immediately to stop it from auto-renewing, you would think that all these members should be renewing. Yet every month, around the middle of the month, we're seeing a dip in memberships for like a few days, and then it usually takes about a week to get back to where we were. So I don't really understand how people are saying that is it auto renewal. It doesn't seem to be the case to me. It seems like every month we have a dip in the middle of the month. Unless you're telling me people join as a member and then immediately cancel the subscription, that doesn't seem right to me, you know? But that's confusing because it doesn't seem to be in line with what's happening. When we're getting a dip of, I mean, I'm not even kidding, it's about 20 to 30 memberships dip every month. We were at 241, we dipped all the way down to like 219, and then it took a few days to build back up to 233, you see? And no, they weren't banned. If you guys haven't noticed, usually members don't get banned at all, you know, because they're not assholes. Most people who are actively going to try to support me here on the streams are not jackasses. There's maybe been like 2 members total who we've banned because they purposely became members thinking they were going to become ban immune and they weren't. But outside of that, no, that's not what's happening. So, why am I blocked from getting a membership? Says Sly4308. It's a good question. I don't know how it works. Well, here's what I do know. I got a notice a little over a month ago from YouTube, and it basically said in certain countries there's rules and regulations that prevent things from working properly. Like, I know they said in India, there's a law in India that prevents auto-renewing subscriptions. So in India, if you want to become a member, you have to do it month to month. There's no way to do an ongoing auto-renew sub. That's just the law in the country, okay? You know, maybe there's other countries where they just don't allow it at all. I don't know how that works, okay? I don't know. But anyway, you know, our next event would happen if we hit 275 members by the end of this month. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. We've got 12 minutes and the Ghost of Tsushima expansion this week. We've got Psychonauts 2 at the end of the month and all the ongoing fun stuff we've been doing. I feel we are going to get some new viewers. Are we going to get a ridiculous ton with that lineup? Probably not. I mean, I'm going to be a realist here. Probably not. I doubt we're going to see a surge in interest in viewers and support in the next couple of weeks. I feel it'll be once we start hitting the bigger stuff in September and October, okay, that we're going to actually start seeing more people come in. You know, games like Deathloop or Kena Bridge of Spirits or Lost Judgment, stuff like that. And then October is very busy with Far Cry 6 and Metroid Dread, Battlefield. The stuff at the end of the month is outstanding. The new Dark Pictures games, you know, we're going to get there, but I really feel like there's nothing this month that's going to go crazy and bring in a ton of people. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if we do hit that membership goal, I'm doing another marathon in celebration, and it'll be another marathon you guys get to determine whether it's an Indies event or a retrospective event, or we do another Game Pass marathon. I would leave it in your power to determine that, okay? I've liked giving you guys the power to determine stuff on the streams recently. It's worked out, so I figure I would do the same thing, okay? But I really, you know, again, I don't know what's going to happen the rest of this month. We may not hit it. If we do hit it, great, and that'll be the next episode. We'll do Feasting with the King, all right? And this time around, by the way, no fast food will be eligible. I'm not going to put fast food as eligible in Feasting with the King. The whole point of Feasting with the King is to try out a new cuisine or a new cultural kind of food that I haven't had before. So I'm going to do restaurants only, so that way we can actually order restaurant quality dishes of different things. For example, Thai food, Filipino food, maybe Mexican food, or maybe like American barbecue, which there's a lot of barbecue places around here we could try. Korean food. That's just a few off the top of my head that I know we could do during the show, and it would be I feel it would be much more interesting than me just eating fast food. Okay? So, yeah, that's how the show is going to go forward, moving forward. And then if you guys want fast food, we can save that exclusively for DSP Tries It. That'll be one of the major differences between the shows, is that Feasting with the King will be, you know, more restaurant quality cuisine, trying new foods, while DSP Tries It will be kind of fast foody stuff, okay? That's kind of what I'm thinking, so. All right. But anyway, yeah, we don't know what'll happen because I'd love to do that show, but will we hit the members goal by the end of the month? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go, okay? Now, before we move on, I have a positive announcement. Yesterday, during that marathon event that we did, a viewer of mine actually gifted me an Amazon gift card. And it's a pretty good amount. that actually will buy me a few games moving forward in the next few months. So it's going to help. Already, I can tell you, I already bought PlayStation credits to buy me the Ghost of Tsushima expansion later this week, so I don't have to drop money out of my own pocket for it. And that's very much appreciated. In addition to that, last night, I went on Amazon and started looking, and I have purchased 3 new hats for the upcoming streams. 3. And those are supposed to be delivered on Tuesday. So that means on Wednesday, if we hit the tips goal, it's not just the cowboy hat anymore. There will be 4 options of hats for me to wear during streams. And let me tell you, they're pretty cool. Yeah, they're pretty damn cool. Good variety, actually, I would argue. So, already people are going nuts in the stream chat. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. You'll have 4 options. So it'll be just like the vest. When we hit the vest goal, you guys vote on the color of vest. Then you'll hit the hat goal, and you'll vote on the type of hat. Yeah. And I'm not going to spoil what they are, because obviously I want them to be revealed nicely over the course of, the streams in the coming week. Okay? And of course, you'll see later this week, when the hats are revealed, you'll see what they are. And if you guys have any further suggestions for hats, I'd be open to those suggestions as well. Okay? Excuse me. So, it should be fun. This should be a fun week. Not only do we have concluding playthroughs, new game playthroughs starting up, but we'll have some variety, adding new hats to the mix and things for the streams. So, yes, many improvements. And again, thank you to the fan who gave me and donated those Amazon credits. That's going to allow me to do things like that. It gives me a little bit of flexibility when, when people have an idea like that. Like, oh, okay, I can just get it. Cool. And like I said, already I got the Ghost of Tsushima expansion. It should be enough to maybe get me another game or two in the next few months. So, that's good stuff. All right. All right, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am an independent content creator that has been around for 13 years. I don't have a partnership or sponsorship with anyone. I am a man alone. But I like it that way. I like the fact that I can be myself, that I don't have to shill a product constantly or push a game constantly on my streams. And the reason that I get to do that is because of your support. You guys tell me all the time you appreciate the way that I make my content. You like the fact that I've been around so long and I stuck to my guns and stayed the way that I am. And you support that. And I really appreciate that. Being crowdfunded... All right, being crowdfunded allows me to do what I love and not have to worry about any repercussions of anything else around me. I don't have to worry about a dropped sponsorship and shit like that, and that's a good feeling. So thank you guys for supporting me for so long and allowing me to do what I love. As you know, I'm a lifelong gamer. It's always been my hobby. I never intended for this to be my job, and I certainly never sold out in any way, shape, or form over the years, because, man, did I have opportunities to. But, there's a reason why I'm in the situation I am, but I enjoy being able to wake up every morning and say, oh, I like who I am as a person, instead of saying, oh, I'm some kind of a fucking sellout shill scumbag. I know you guys appreciate it, too, because that's why you support me, all right? How can you support my streams? Well, you can become a member of the channel, as we've already discussed. You get many benefits becoming a member, including getting a highlighted name in chat, a cool chat crown to show how long you've been a member. You don't have to abide by the slow mode rules of the chat, and you get a ton of emotes. Right now, there's 19 emotes and growing available for being a member. You can do a super chat or a super sticker. If you do that, you'll get a cool highlighted chat message in the chat room, and I'm going to give you a shout out for that. Or you could tip me. If you tip me, that helps out a ton, and I'll always be honest that tips are basically the best way that you can contribute, because when you tip me, I get those funds immediately to put towards something very important, whether it's bills, whether it's cost of a game, or an improvement to the stream, whether it's buying groceries for myself and my family, whatever it may be. Tipping always helps a little more because I get it right away. Okay? And I appreciate any contributions that I get during the course of the streams. I will do my best to give a shout out to every single person who contributes, because I appreciate the fact that you guys allow me to do what I love every single day. All right? As long as you're in line with the stream rules and you're not trying to derail the stream or insult me, then I will go ahead and I will continue to give shout outs and say thank you. Very nice. Now, since tips are the preferred and best way to contribute. They help me the best. I have rewards in effect for levels of tips that are reached on each stream. Today's overall tips goal is $150. And if we raise $50 today, I will put on a pair of Gunner glasses. If you raise $100 in tips, you guys will get to vote for a vest. Now, today's vests eligible are as follows: the red, the platinum, the denim, and the camo. Yesterday, I actually wore the beige and the gold. So that's why those two are not eligible today. Okay? And it actually is cool enough today. It cooled down significantly here in Washington State. I should be able to wear the platinum one and not feel sick. That's why it's in the running again. Okay? So there you go. All right. I think that pretty much covers everything. Now, normally I'd say, oh, let's have a nice, fun game news segment. But sadly, there's no game news today because the world news is so dire, dark, and disgusting at this point. It's hard to not get upset about it and be inundated with it. It's all anyone's talking about. However, as you guys know, I don't like being political on my streams. And I certainly do not want to inundate you with the same news you're probably hearing every fucking moment, okay? Every moment. It's all over the news. It's terrible news, all right? I don't want to talk about it. So, instead of that, we're going to say, well, let's just try to unplug, all right? Try to unplug from all the stressful shit going on in the real world and have a good chill stream today, forgetting about all that crap, all right? Nothing we can do about it. What's happening in the world is happening. We can't control it. We can't stop it. Our discussing it ain't going to help anyone. It's just going to upset people, all right? So there's no point in doing so. Instead, let's have fun with games today. Fair enough? Fair enough? Okay. So let's get to shout-outs. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Only Iced Coffee. He did a few $1.50 tips earlier before the stream. I read everything he had to say. However, a lot of it was political discussion. And like I said, I don't want to derail the stream with that stuff. But I just want to let him know I did get the tips. And I do appreciate your input and your thoughts. You know, I think we're all thinking about this today. All right. Let's do YouTube shout-outs because I know a few super chats came in here. So first of all, I already gave out a shout-out to Crisis Mod, who became a channel member. And I also shout out his first super chat, right? Which I read. It says about Left 4 Dead. He's been watching a long time and all of that. It appears, now I actually don't know if this is accurate or not. It appears he may have actually pledged to my Patreon as well. But I so rarely get new patron pledges that I don't even know if this plugin works or not. So this might have been a patron pledge from this morning, which I appreciate if it is. If it's not, well, thanks for whenever you did pledge. I don't know, because this thing is outdated sometimes. It's really delayed. Then he did another $5 super chat, and then he did another one and said, maybe do a new Heavy Rain playthrough. I still remember the unboxing video with the DLC that we never got. That's right. So, yeah, Heavy Rain, of course, back in the day, one of the playthroughs that put me on the map. When I was doing unique style commentary over that kind of game, the fact that that was one of the very first kind of almost narrative-based, choose-your-own-adventure style games, and the fact that it was a murder mystery, right? And the whole time we were speculating who's the murderer and what's going on. The QuickTime events as well were absolutely hilarious. So it was really a unique time for gaming, and for me, that's one of the things that took off and got me some popularity on YouTube for sure back then. So, yeah, I remember that. And I also remember that they were planning on making a series of DLCs. One of them was actually included completely for free called The Taxidermist. And the rest were supposed to be add-on DLCs you would buy later that were going to extrapolate upon the stories of each of the individual characters. But if you guys remember what happened, I wonder how many of you remember what happened because it's over 10 years ago now. Sony, in all of its wisdom at that time, wanted to jump into the motion control fad that was in the middle of all console gaming. If you remember at the time, the Wii was the hottest thing. The Wii console was selling like hotcakes, and every game on Wii had silly, gimmicky motion controls with the Wiimote. And Sony thought they could jump on that bandwagon and make a bunch of extra money if they implemented motion controls in their games. So when Heavy Rain came out, Sony saw dollar signs and said, wow, could you imagine if the QuickTime events in that game had motion controls on them? And Quantic Dream, the company that made the game, literally, it's documented. They said to Sony, listen, we see where this is going, and we have two options. We can either continue to make new narrative-based DLCs, such as the Taxidermist for this game, and release them over the course of the year for extra profits like we had originally planned to do, or we can drop all of that and put motion controls in the game for the PS Move. It's your choice. And Sony, in all of its wisdom, opted for the motion controls. Can you guess how many people actually bought motion controls to play Heavy Rain? Okay, you could probably count on one hand the amount of people who actually went out of their way to buy the PS Move to play Heavy Rain. You know what I mean? Like, if people already had the PS Move because they were playing other games, and then they happened to have Heavy Rain and get the update, maybe. I can't imagine a single person actually saying, I want to play Heavy Rain. I've been holding off on playing it, and now I'm going to play it exclusively with the PS Move motion controls. So, Sony, with all their wisdom, one of the most boneheaded choices of game development in that era, basically crushed all the DLCs, and they never released. And Quantic Dream at that point moved on to make their next game, which was Beyond Two Souls, and did not care about the DLCs anymore because they didn't have the time or resources. They wasted their time on the PS Move. It was a pretty bad boneheaded decision because the PS Move died within about a year. You know, there were only a few games. I remember there was a SOCOM game that used it. I remember there was, very limited amount of games. Most of it was just crappy mini games and stuff. You know what I mean? None of it was great. And, it was disappointing that they wanted to jump on that bet. It's just that the pattern of unoriginality. You know what I'm saying? The pattern of unoriginality in game development. At one point, like 12, 13 years ago, everything was a zombie game. Okay? Then everything became motion controls. Or then everything became a first-person shooter. Then all of a sudden, everything became a co-op looter shooter. And then everything became a battle royale. And the patterns continue where everyone copies each other to try to make a quick buck rather than actually being original. And it's sad that this is the last 13 years you see pattern after pattern, bandwagon after bandwagon, and where's the innovation, right? How much creativity was stifled over the last 13 years because of some bigwig at a fucking game publisher or studio thinking that they know better, they just want to make a quick buck rather than do something interesting, right? But it is what it is. It definitely is what it is. And, Heavy Rain is still a great game. Now, would I replay it? I did. I actually did replay Heavy Rain years later. I don't exactly remember what year it was. I want to argue it was like maybe 2015, 2016. I did a full-on second-run playthrough of the game with, direct capture this time around and alternate choices and the like. If I remember, I went back and I did a lot of alternate choices and stuff. So... So there you go. All right. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see what else we got. Okay, we got some shout-outs to do via tips. Let's see here. So we start off with CD Projekt 7, who tipped me $1.50 and then says something political. As I said, we're not going to talk about politics today. I appreciate the tip. Crisis Mod tipped me $10 and says, thank you for everything, DSP. You are welcome, Crisis Mod. And thank you for all the support today. Like, you literally, I think you supported me every way besides maybe buying a t-shirt off my Teespring. You became a member, you did super chats, you pledged to my Patreon, and then you tipped me. So thank you so much for 4 different ways to support this morning. I really appreciate that, and it's good to have you on the streams, man. Never Ending Crisis tipped me $1.50 and says something political that I'm not going to read. But thank you very much for the tip. And thanks for trying to be a insulting person with your name. Rob Matthews tipped me $4.20 and says, I've really enjoyed the medium. It's great from both a technical and storytelling standpoint. I agree. Like I said, if anything, the only real criticism that I have for the medium right now is that the gameplay doesn't really have any combat or anything that feels too suspenseful. You know, a few segments you're getting chased by this Maw character, whatever the hell it is, and you got to either sneak or outrun it. And yeah, those felt pretty tense. But there's no combat, there's no real way to defend yourself. And because of that, it's a little disappointing in that regard. I prefer games that maybe have some kind of combat system to survival horror. This one opted to not do that. In addition, I would argue, Excuse me. In addition, I would argue that, again, the game's too short. But if you didn't pay for it, right? If you got it under Game Pass, you probably don't care. You probably feel it was like a short and sweet game. But if you're actually buying this game outright, you probably think it's too short and not worth the money and be frustrated. So again, I think this is a unique case where Game Pass is kind of changing the way that we react to games. And that's very interesting to me, to see, will this pattern continue? Will there be games that under Game Pass, they're perfectly acceptable games that are fun to play, but if you had to buy them outright, it's basically a complete ripoff, right? Certainly interesting to see. But so thank you, Rob, for the tip. I agree. I've really been enjoying the medium. I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends today, if indeed it will end. I mean, again, I can't believe the game's so short, but yeah, people are reporting it's definitely that short. It looks like it will conclude today. So, okay. Highest Darkness says, I love your survival horror playthrough, so I am quite pleased with the medium. I'm looking forward to, obviously the next game from the Dark Pictures Anthology, because the one last year, Little Hope, was so good. So I'm definitely looking forward to the new one. I just hope that I hope it lives up to expectations, because Little Hope was, like, so much better than Man of Medan, right? Like, Man of Medan was okay. Little Hope was, like, outstanding. And then I'm curious what this next one will be, so. But outside of that, I think we're done with survival horror for the year, right? I don't think there's another survival horror game coming out this year. We've seen the extent of them. With Resident Evil, The Medium, and the next Dark Pictures Anthology game. I think that's it. Right? Yeah. No problem. Personable People says, thank you for keeping me away from politics and current events today. Listen, I get it. People are coming to my gameplay streams for gameplay and to chill. They're not coming here to be stressed out about the shit that's happening in the world. I totally hear you. Last year, it was very hard to stop talking about COVID for an extended period of time when it was going on and the world was being ravaged by it. Like, oh my God, we got to ignore the elephant in the room. But, you know, we did it. So I'm definitely, I understand where you're coming from, and that's why I'm going to do my best. Brotherhood of Steel Paladin asks, is Game Pass worth the money in your opinion? Right now, it absolutely is. Right now, with the amount of games that are already under it, over 100 games, including not only games from under the Microsoft umbrella, but EA and other stuff. And just some of the games that are coming out in the next few months that'll be included, including 12 Minutes, Psychonauts 2, Back 4 Blood, Forza Horizon 5. That's just a few. I know there's going to be more than that, but those are just the ones off the top of my head. That's an outstanding value for $15 a month, man. Just think about that. $15 a month. So August, September, October, November, December. $75, and you're going to play at least 5 to 6 new games that would have cost you over $300 to buy if you had bought them outright. Now, the one catch of this is if you're someone who plays a game over an extremely long period or will want to go back to those games in the future, because there's no guarantee those games will be indefinitely under Game Pass. If you're going to play those games and beat them within a few months of owning them on Game Pass, great. But if you're someone who wants to own it for the long haul, yeah, then I could definitely see people saying, man, Game Pass is not worth it, you see. But for me, it works perfectly for me, man. Highest Darkness says, even Octopath Traveler's under Game Pass, and I thought that it was a Switch exclusive. Right, like, that's the thing. They're adding stuff constantly to Game Pass that's interesting. Stuff that you wouldn't even expect, and all of a sudden it's on there. You're like, oh shit, really? That's cool. So as of now, I feel like it's working really, really well. But, you know, as I said, long-term longevity, that's really what we got to see. Because next year, we're going to have a lot of these Sony exclusive games that we've been waiting for come out, like God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring. And when all those games are coming out, not say Elden Ring is exclusive, but I think the point you're seeing is it's not under Game Pass. So, you know, you might have a reason to have a PS5, and then you argue, well, what am I having Game Pass for if I'm not really playing anything under it, right? Because here's the thing with subscription-based services. This is exactly how they get you. Right now, I'm playing a ridiculous amount of stuff under Game Pass. But what about January, right? In January, maybe there'll be nothing interesting for me under Game Pass. Does that mean I'm going to completely cancel my Game Pass subscription? Likely not, and then they take the money and you don't really use it. That's how subscription-based services make their money over time, is that frequent income. Those months you're not using it, oh, they love those. It's the same premise as health insurance. Health insurance, you pay for it every single month out of pocket in the United States, and they pocket that money and keep it even if you don't go to the doctor or use it. And they love that shit. That's how it pays for itself. So, like I said, short term, Game Pass is great. Long term, don't know. But for now, I mean, if you have an Xbox Series X or X and you don't have Game Pass, I have no idea what you're doing. Like, I can't imagine what you're doing on that console that you wouldn't want Game Pass, you know? The value is there for sure. Now Crisis Mod says he bought a shirt. Holy crap, man. So Crisis Mod has officially supported me in every fathomable way this morning. Seriously. Membership, Super Chat, tip, patron pledge, Teespring shirt. Wow. Well, thank you, Crisis Mod. I think you're the only person ever who's done that all in one day. I appreciate that. Okay. A chin scratch for Jasper. What is this bump? You've got a scab on your chin. What did you do? He hurt his chin. He must have been scratching. See, cats have these sensory glands on the sides of their head and in their chin. Okay? That's why when a cat walks up to you, it'll rub you with the sides of its head or its chin. To where it has all its sensors. Feels good when it rubs you with that stuff. Okay? But that means that it likes to rub its chin on everything. And he does. Jasper rubs his chin on everything. And then he cuts it and then he gets scabs on his chin. That's not good, buddy. You gotta be careful. You can't be cutting yourself, man. Stay away from the knives in the kitchen. What are you doing? Super Bad Cat made a good point. He says, by the time that games leave Game Pass, those games likely will have been out for a period of time, and likely the price will be reduced, so keep that in mind. I mean, that does make sense, right? That's absolutely correct. So even though, you know, you might have a game on Game... Oh, it's leaving Game Pass. Yeah, but it's only $20 now, because the game's been out for like 6 months, and no one's playing, you know... There's not a giant amount of sales for that game as a new release. Jasper, what are you doing? He jumped on my lap here. Now he's crawling all over the chair. Look at this. Here, I'll turn on the camera. He likes doing this now. He's been doing this a lot. He did it already this morning. Now he's doing it again. He likes climbing the new chair. He likes, because it's fabric. And fabric feels good on a cat's claws. Especially because fabric, he can climb all over, stick his claws in, it doesn't destroy the chair. He likes the feeling that he does that. He does that on our couch, too, downstairs. He likes that. And that's fine. You can do that whenever you want, Buster. Whatever you want. That's fine. That's why I got this chair. Or I should say, that's why I picked this chair. Because I knew that you were going to climb all over it. And I didn't want you to destroy it. So Jasper this morning told me he's very excited for the conclusion of the medium. Look at this. I'm rotating the chair to see. I can't get him on camera. I want to see if maybe I can rotate it this way. Can I get him? Is he there? Jasper, lift your head up. There he is. You said you wanted to see the end of the medium, how it ends, right? Yeah, he's excited. He wants to know what the maw is. He said that he's been telling me all weekend. He can't wait to figure out what the maw really is and get his answers. So, it's pretty cool. Right, buddy? Funny thing happened this week. So, my wife and I, when we had our day off on Tuesday, we ordered from a food place, a Japanese place, and I got salmon teriyaki. I've never had this before. In fact, I would rarely order salmon because salmon is, compared to the prices of other food, it's a little expensive. In this case, the salmon teriyaki I got from this Japanese restaurant was not expensive. It was like $15 for a big plate of a variety of foods, including the salmon teriyaki. Okay? So it gets delivered. He loves salmon. His food that we give him, his dry food, has salmon as the primary ingredient. He loves it. So he's like, right? We're just like this. So he was sniffing each other. That's what he's doing to the salmon. He's like, what the? And he jumps up on the table, and he's not supposed to do that. He knows he's not allowed up there when we're eating dinner. He jumps up on the table, and he's sniffing all of it. What's that? He wants my salmon. I was like, you can't have my salmon. It has teriyaki sauce all over it. A cat's not supposed to have that. He gets sick. But man, he was absolutely dying for salmon. And he was very upset because I wouldn't give him a piece of my salmon for dinner. But he was sniffing so hard because he likes the smell of salmon. He loves salmon. You know, different cats like different things. Some cats like beef. Some cats like chicken. He is a salmon cat. He 100%, he'd like a big-ass salmon whenever he can get one. Like, give me a salmon. So. Okay. Excuse me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is time to take a brief break for me to use the restroom, for us to get ready for the conclusion of the medium. I recommend that you grab a drink or a snack, use the restroom yourself, whatever it is that you'd like to do during this brief break. When I come back, we will be finishing the medium. I don't even know if it's going to take 3 hours to finish the game. For what people are telling me, there may be like 2 hours left. So we may have an extra hour to just hang out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I definitely want to finish it today. So, I shall return shortly. Thank you all for chilling with me and supporting the stream so far today. I'll see you in a few, all right? Thanks, guys. I'll be right back. It's remix music of Splash Hill Down. Let's do this. I am fucking Sonic, and you can't fuck with me, yeah. I am a fucking hedgehog, and I have spikes on my back. Oh shit! I am fucking Sonic, and you can't fuck with me, yeah. I am a fucking hedgehog, and I have spikes on my back. Oh shit! Super fucking speed boost! Super boost! I had a seizure! Woo! Fuck you and fuck your mother. So my monster, the sister and your brother. Get the fuck out of my way, I'm a hedgehog. So fuck you and fuck your mother. So my monster, the sister and your brother. Get the fuck out of my way, I'm a hedgehog. So fuck you. Here we go. I fuck you. Come on. I am fucking Sonic, and you can't fuck with me, yeah. I am a fucking hedgehog, and I have spikes on my back. Oh shit! I am fucking Sonic, and you can't fuck with me, yeah. I am a fucking hedgehog, and I have spikes on my back. Oh shit! Here we go. I fuck you. Come on. Is Sonic gonna be in love with Amy Hedgehog, or is he gonna try to match it to that girl from the fucking other 3D Sonic game? Have some bestiality sex in this game. Woohoo! Bestiality. It's what Sonic's all about these days. Bestiality. It's what Sonic's all about these days. Fucking Sonic. He's back to sell more games, yeah. Whatever happened to Sonic 4? I don't think anyone knows. The project was probably canceled. Here we go. Now for you. Come home. So suck on my balls and shafts, yeah. I am fucking Sonic, and you can't fuck with me, yeah. I am a fucking hedgehog, and I have spikes on my back. Oh shit! I am fucking Sonic, and you can't fuck with me, yeah. I am a fucking hedgehog, and I have spikes on my back. Oh shit! Here we go. Now for you. Come home. Super fucking people. Super boost. Super boosters. Fuck you and fuck your mother, your sister and your brother. Get the fuck out of my way, I'm a hedgehog. So for you. Here we go. Now for you. Come home. So my monster. everything right there. Oh, fucking shit, the giant fucking fish! Get out of it! Ah! Stupid fish! Whoa! Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh! Boom! Kill that motherfucker. Pedestrian squish. And he was stuck at my car. Here we go, making my move. And he hits me. Nothing I can do. T-bone me. T-bone again. Nothing I can do. We don't even like to T-bone people. Hey, fuck you. What the fuck? Yo, where did he even come from? He came from off the screen and T-bone. Well, come on, I'm tired of getting fucking T-bone, man. Every 2 seconds. Here we go again. I barely grazed the wall. Complete destruction. What a good start. And I killed the pedestrian. I barely grazed the wall. Complete destruction. Fucking straight up murdered him. That was fucking brutal. Oh my god, this guy, get the fuck out my car. Oh. Come on, go, go, go. Boosh. Fuck out of my way. Get the fuck out of my way, asshole. Here we go. Bonus stage. Oh shit, gonna crash. Oh my god, I'm gonna qualify. It is crashing on me. Oh god. I qualified. Oh man. That was fucking serious shit. Here we go again. I barely grazed the wall. Complete destruction. What a good start. And I killed the pedestrian. I barely grazed the wall. Complete destruction. Fucking straight up murdered him. I wrecked and now I'm winning. Explain that one. Winning. Whatever you say, dude. He took the plunge.
Do a barrel roll.
What?
Do a barrel
Whatever
roll.
you say.
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
Okay.
Do a barrel roll.
What?
Do a
Double side flip.
do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Use the brake.
I couldn't do anything about it. He died. Well, I could have went either way. Instead, I went right in the middle and got fucked up like an idiot. Whatever, man. That was stupid. I take off like an astronaut, jumping on the moon. I'm so high. Yo, he still didn't land. Whoa! Woohoo! I barely grazed the wall. Complete destruction. Fucking straight up murdered him. I barely grazed the wall. Complete destruction. What a good start. And I killed the pedestrian. What the? I barely grazed the wall. Complete destruction.
Use the brake.
I am dead. There we go.
Shitty game, shitty player, shitty commentary.
Wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow.
016861654. 016861654. I said 016861654. Oh. 046861694. Milk.
Come again, yo.
046861694. Oh yeah, but I'm screw it up. Bow. How could you forget when it sounds so cool? You buy my chocolate. Yeah, you eat the chocolate, and then you get the raffle too.
Yo, may I help you?
This 56743218542. Now I don't remember the fucking number.
Draw a ticket, please.
What's up, everyone? We're gonna try out Mega Man 10. What the hell is this music? What the hell is this music? The baddest, the biggest, the bad, fucking Proto Man. Proto Man, son. Proto Man. The baddest, the biggest, the bad, fucking Proto Man. Proto Man, son. Proto Man. I got an ass cock and a fucking shield. What a cocksucker. Ass cock and a fucking shield. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my god. New York
hell is this music? The hell is this music? What the fuck did the European staff have to do with this game?
Alright, I don't know where to go here. Look at this. Go straight. What is this? Go right. I don't know where to go here. Look at this. Go straight. What is this? Go right. I don't know where to go here. Look at this. Go straight. What is this? Go right. What is this? Go straight. What is this? Go right. Right, go straight. I'm on 1 foot. Go straight. Oh shit. 1 foot. I'm on 1 foot. Right. I'm on 1 foot. Go straight. Right. Right, go straight. Right. Left, left. Right, go straight. I'm on 1 foot. Go straight. Right. I'm on 1 foot. I'm on 1 foot. Right. Left, left. Right, go straight. I'm on 1 foot. Go straight. Right, go straight. Left, left. Right. Right. Right, go straight. I'm on 1 foot. Go straight. Left, left. I'm on 1 foot. I'm on 1 foot. Right. I'm on 1 foot. Go straight. Left, left. Right. Right, right, go straight. I'm on 1 foot. Right, right, go straight. I'm on 1 foot. I'm on 1 foot. I'm on 1 foot. Right. I'm on 1 foot. I'm on 1 foot. Right, right, go straight. I'm on 1 foot. Look at this. What is this? This is a cave here. This looks like a cave. Huh.
Zabadazoo. Zoobity boo. A zombie apocalypse is coming for you. Zoobity boo. A zombie apocalypse is coming for you. Zoobity boo. A zombie apocalypse is coming for you. Zoobity boo. A zombie apocalypse is coming for you. Zabadazoo. Zabadazoo. Find Katie's Umbrex before she dies. 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 Zibbity, zabbity, zabbity zoo. Zibbity, zabbity, zabbity zoo. We gotta find a way into the maintenance room. Zibbity, zabbity, zabbity zoo. Zibbity, zabbity, zabbity zoo. We gotta find a way into the maintenance room. Oh, fire! Oh shit, a sledgehammer! Sledgehammer! Oh yeah! Sledgehammer! Sledgehammer! Oh yeah! Sledgehammer! 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 I'm coming for you! Oh yeah! Zabadazoo! The soothing sounds of Barry White during the zombie apocalypse.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. I'm angry. Nothing I can do, it's gone for good. Anyway, when you scratch your nuts, do you do the manly thing and sniff your fingers after? What the fuck? That's ridiculous. Phil's balls jarred up. Anyway, it's great. Anyway, you don't have to scratch my balls to smell. I have a jar of ball scent, of course, that I smell all the time. Phil's balls. Anyway, it's great. Anyway, look what happened. Anyway, it's great. Anyway, look what happened. And the game decides, oh, you're slightly off. No! Wait, look what happened. How? Oh, no! Oh! What the fuck? Nothing I can do, it's gone for good. A simple misclick. Throw it into the fucking lava. That sucks. A simple misclick. Throw it into the fucking lava. That sucks. He broke my nether portal. How? He broke my nether portal. How? A simple misclick. Throw it into the fucking lava. That sucks. A simple misclick. Throw it into the fucking lava. That sucks. How did he break the nether portal? How? How did he break the nether portal? How? Anyway, why didn't I bring a pickaxe? I didn't think I had to dig anything. I was going in, killing the fucking gas and getting out. I didn't know a gas would randomly shoot at the portal and fuck everything up. Anyway, it's great. Anyway, look what happened. Anyway, it's great. Anyway, look what happened. A simple misclick. Throw it into the fucking lava. That sucks. A simple misclick. Throw it into the fucking lava. That sucks. He broke my nether portal. How? He broke my nether portal. How? Dude, I'm stuck here forever. How? I'm upset. That sucks. A simple misclick. Throw it into the fucking lava. That sucks. A simple misclick. Throw it into the fucking lava. That sucks. He broke my nether portal. How? He broke my nether portal. How? Dude, I'm stuck here forever. How? I'm angry. That sucks. Anyway, Phil's balls. People pay good money for that. I'm sure they were disgusting people. Anyway, it's great. Anyway, look what happened. How? How? Okay, I'm alright. I'm alright. I thought I was much worse off than I am. I'm okay. I'm serious. I'm not going back to the nether again unless I have to, so. The game's over. I'm angry. Phil's balls. Gone for good.
Here we go.
We have returned to the world of Dark Souls.
There's a dragon.
Giant fucking knight. We got trolls. What the fuck? They didn't pay you?
I play video games for the gorgeous view.
Praise the sun. Ah, praise the sun.
Are you kidding me? What the fuck is this?
Dark Souls.
Son of a bitch.
Alrighty, everyone. Let's get this show started. What's funny is Jasper has finally started to be more adventurous. The last few weeks, he hasn't been as adventurous because all the changes in my office. You know, new console, a new laptop, a new chair. But now he's getting used to all that stuff. He's coming in here now, and I was just out of here. You know, I was in the restroom and everything, and I come back in. He's on the chair in the kitty bread position. He just loves sitting where I am, you know.